Hello, we'd like to go through the Form 3 FBQ question with you, and then which is I think you may be afraid of, but actually if you just going to have a look about the FBQ mind map as Mr. Leung or Mr. Mac mentioned before, which is about the different measure methods about the industrial problem in the industrial areas such as air pollution. We will have the carbon dioxide meters. We are going to have the PM meters, so on and so forth, and also the noise level. We are having the sound meter, and then if you just remember all the different measurement one by one, and then at least I think you can answer at least half of the mark already. And for the entire half of the FBQ revision, which is about the how to make your measurement better, just like in the 1 hour YouTube as I have sent you before the Christmas holiday. And then I think you can you will know that Mr. Leung is doing quite a poor measurement or field work, because I'm just going to collect the traffic data for 1 minute, and then also I'm just going to collect it in a very scattered point and piecemeal, doing it piecemeally. So accordingly, we are you can ask Mr. Leung to take longer time for measurement, using not just measure the traffic flow for 1 minute, and then maybe we would better make it 5 minutes, and then more location should be provided to do the field work, because which is we are going to, because we need to have a more detailed and more sampling in order to reflect the general situation of the traffic flow. Okay, so let's talk about the different question that is going to in your fieldwork-based question booklet in the latest in the lowest part of the, not lowest part, in the latest part of the field base. And first of all, you may find this one, and then which is talking about a area. It should be sample gong, isn't it? I don't know, but anyway, a lot sample gong is Wang Chow, because the next one will be the next one is sample gong. Okay, the last one is sample gong, this one is sample gong, but anyway, let's go through it one by one. Okay, and so accordingly, we are having different kinds of industrial estate right here, and we are doing different kinds of industry. For example, from medicine, construction, material manufacturing, electronics, food and beverage, printing and packaging, so on and so forth. So it is in the new territories, and then you can see there's different kinds of land use, but afterwards, figure 1B and 1C is talking about rather which type of the graph can better represent the aggregation data. Okay, when it is going to talk about the when it's talking about the percentage of the proportion of the aggregation, since it is talking about aggregation. Okay, the what is aggregation, Mr. Mac or Mr. Leung have told you already, which is talking about 聚集. Okay, whether it is very concentrated or not. Okay, 聚集. Okay, so accordingly, aggregation will be talking about rather specific kinds of industry is focused right there. Okay, just like Hong Kong Commercial Center, we are having a lot of computer or electronic appliances in the Hong Kong Commercial Center, and then we can say, oh, it is very aggregated in the Hong Kong Commercial Center. OK， 紅磡商業中心你好鬼多嗰啲電腦嗰啲賣電腦嗰啲mouse啊嗰啲咁樣噶嘛，咁就咁若果嗰度好多啲咁嘅鋪嘅話，我可以咁樣話佢 aggregate 咯，得唔得 ？OK，aggregation 咯。OK，so accordingly, if we are going to say, what are the percentage of the certain industry occupied? Just like for example, some of the classes we are having more girls than a boy. Okay, so which one is better? This one, although it can reflect the numbers. Okay, how about figure 1C? I think figure 1C is more accurate to show the dominant sectors of a specific industry. Okay, so accordingly, first of all, no matter what, you have to tell me bar graph is showing the absolute values. And then this is the simple mathematics actually. I know Mr. Leung or Mr. Mac haven't taught you. But anyway, I just want to illustrate how the fieldwork base can be. Okay, but I promise it won't happen in the examination. We are just going to ask two things. First of all, which is the how to make your fieldwork better. For example, as I've said before, increasing sampling size, those kind of things. Okay, or take photo as the evidence, and then also maybe sampling method. Maybe we have to provide more sample. Okay, or we have to make the measurement time longer, so on and so forth. Okay, so pie chart is more suitable to present the data for the study. As I said before, component part which is about proportion where aggregation mostly. If we are saying a very large proportion, then the percentage is large. So when we are going to show the percentage, I think again in mathematics you should have learned that pie chart is better to illustrate the percentage, the components. Okay, and also the relative importance will be illustrated also. Okay, as I've said before, this one for the last point. Industrial aggregation is talking about particular type of industry. Knowing the proportion of different type of industry is important. So accordingly, what can we do on top of the aggregation? What can we do to collect the primary and secondary data, and for the enriching this study for industrial aggregation, explaining your answer. Okay, so what can be done to enhance our research? Interview lah, questionnaire survey lah. Maybe we are asking the different entrepreneur or the plant owner. Okay, what is their business about, and then how they can get benefit from the aggregation economies. Okay, taking photos. Okay, and remind us, taking photos is almost our ultimate answer for all kinds of question. Okay, for fieldwork based question. Okay， 差唔多即係你答 take photo 咧，咁其實你一定有分咁滯嘅。不過你要小心一樣嘢 ，you have to be careful that what are the purpose of the photo. OK， 你若果即係好似 maybe you just take a photo of Mr. Leung selfie, is it going to have some meaning of research? I don't think so. Okay, so accordingly, we have to get the visual image, which is really about building along the street and show the extent of concentration, dispersion of industry visually, but definitely, low Mr. Leung's selfies. Okay, don't tell we going to take a photo, and that is take photo for what? You have to tell me what are the purpose of the photo. Okay, so don't just give me don't just say take photo. If I see this word, I will just treat it as you are going to take a selfie. Okay, you have to specify what is about. What is it about? Okay, what is the photo about? Okay, and then collecting same data for another industrial estate, which is maybe we are going to pick another industrial SH 未至落 sample 江，我唔知點解成日講新蒲江黐線。OK maybe we are going to talk about the typo. Okay, typo is actually not that much grammatical. Okay, instead more in typo there will be more food and beverage. Okay, and then why we have to take some data from the typo as well, because we can make a compare studies and then we can compare the concentration of different type of industry in the two industrial estates. Because if we are going to just collect one studies in Yunnan, for example, in Wangchao, just like this one, okay, but actually this is just if we cannot find a very dominant type of industry, as you can see here, actually is low very dominant type of industry right here. So can we say, oh, they are low industrial agglomeration? I don't think so, because we can still find some of the agglomeration. Okay, so accordingly, maybe we would better to illustrate with another comparable data. Okay, and for here I'm not going to talk about one by one. Okay, previously this one is talking about the primary survey, primary data, and bear in mind interview and also taking photo is the most ultimate answer. 記住啊，我再講一次。Taking photo and also the interview and the questionnaire survey is the most ultimate answer. Okay, for the last question, for if you are being asked for how to enrich your data, how to enrich your fieldwork, but you have to specify what is it about. Okay, what is the fieldwork about, what is the interview about, what is the photo about. Okay, in order to let me and let Mr. Mac give you mark. Okay, because if you just saying, oh, it is taking photo, just like selfie. Okay, no use. Okay, and for the secondary information, we can check out the map and not going to go through in detail. At least I don't think you need to write that long, but at least you have to tell me that, we can find some aggregation data for studies and then statistic in the internet library, so on and so forth, historical data, internet library. Okay, as you can see here, it have to be well elaborated. Okay, don't give me selfie, taking photo law. Okay, if you just write taking photo, I will kill you. Okay, next one. Next one is more or less similar the things that I have done in the YouTube also. Okay, and for here is talking about the taking a traffic flow in the Shatin. Okay, the major road in highway in Shatin, Tulu Harbor Highway. Okay, and then you can see, oh, we are having this. Okay, do you still remember this? I repeat that I show it to you lah. Okay, no, not this one. Right here. Okay, which is your type B question. And you can see Mr. Leung is not going to suddenly make up some question to you, because it's really happening for your DSE. Okay, this number B is more or less similar with the question right here for the number 2。你會話喂唔係你係咪求其作啲題目出嚟㗎？Mr. Leung 咁樣嚇，求其咁玩我哋啊，唔考 map reading， 整啲 map reading， 整啲 fieldwork base 嚟考你哋啊。Okay, no, not this thing, because it's really a compulsory question in the geography. But if you can elaborate your ideas well, I think it's not a very difficult situation for you. Okay, and then for B, okay, as you can see, there are 2 instruments 啊嘛。Stopwatch and also timer. Okay, stopwatch and also counter, so not timer. Sorry. Okay, and then you can see we are going to pick up some thing here. Okay, what are we going to do with the timer? Okay, we can count the time with the timer. Wow, very easy lah. Thanks for telling. Okay, and then count the traffic flow with the counter. Wow, very easy lah. Okay, thanks for telling. But you have to tell me on top of the timer and counter, you have to tell me, oh, how is it going to be? Not just telling me, oh, timer using to count the time and counter use we are just going to count the number. But how we are going to do it, okay? If we are going to just use the counter to count the number, you are no difference with the security in the shopping mall, okay? Some of the shopping mall will have security in the entrance and then counting how many people passing through. But you have to tell me why, okay? Because the security guard will just get it done and then tell their superior, oh, today we are having how many people go there, okay? And then they don't need to think. But if you want to be a superior supervisor, and then you have to tell why we have to ask the security guard to count the traffic flow right there, okay? So accordingly, vehicle pass through the footbridge and then press the counter once, and then because right here we are provided with different type of vehicle, so accordingly we are going to differentiate different types of vehicles, okay? Next up, discuss the choice of the conducting fieldwork study in the different time interval in a weekdays affect the data accuracy and reliability. If you are not going to pick it in weekdays, how about you pick it in weekends, okay? Weekend will have more traffic, or weekdays will have more traffic. I think it should be weekdays, isn't it? Okay, so we must choose the weekdays, okay, because it's higher, okay. And then, but what are we going to do? We have to be careful. Just like the YouTube made by Mr. Leung, and then which is the 1 hour one again, and then you can see this is about we are going to pick up the different time interval for measuring the traffic flow. But unluckily, because right now we are having class suspension, work from home, so on and so forth, and then also where Mr. Leung can leave the school and going to take the counter, I have to leave after 12 o'clock, okay? And don't ask me why Mr. Leung not going to do it like this, okay? Because do it like Mr. Leung is in the MPL on that time, okay? And then for here, you can find you can count the data right there, but right now it's totally work from home, and then also most of the students don't need to have the lesson, don't need to have the face-to-face lesson, so that I don't think it's a good idea for you to check out the traffic flow right now, okay? So Mr. Leung is totally doing something stupid to you, but I have to do so in order to let me pick on me, and then you should know how to make it better, okay? So this one is talking about the answer for Q2, okay? This talking about how to increase the accuracy and reliability, just like Mr. Leung. Pick more time slot in a different time interval, not just taking once and longer time interval, because Mr. Leung just take 1 minute, but right here you can see at least 15 minutes, okay? 起碼等幾盞紅綠燈過先啦，你睇翻我條片咧，一盞紅綠燈都唔夠喎，有啲係 OK， it's not enough, 1 minute is even not enough for one turns of traffic lights, so it's not quite collective. The data is not quite empirical and also collective. So what are the points that can increase the accuracy of the fieldwork? And first of all, maybe single day is not okay, maybe on that day traffic congestion, or just like now work from home, okay, so we are not really having a lot of traffic, so maybe we have to check out different traffic. So this one actually is talking about increasing sampling size, okay. 抽樣，若果我全香港抽700萬人入邊，我抽10個人去代表晒成個香港嘅話，咁死得啦 ，OK 全部抽晒 Mr. Leung 咁點算啊 ？OK, if we are going to pick 10 people from the Hong Kong 7 million people, if all of them are Mr. Leung, what will happen? OK, or Mr. Leung or then we may have a very subjective information to show that Hong Kong people is very tall, very fat, but a lot of right hair, right? 唔得㗎嘛咁樣嚇。Okay, so we have to increase the sampling size. Okay, the traffic congestion traffic flow is not representative because single direction was counted. Maybe we have to count the traffic flow for both direction. Mr. Leung in the YouTube I'm counting both direction 嘅 so it's okay 嘅。But you can have a look to see how they are going to do the FBQ. Okay, and then next one, vehicle classification was not through. Okay, vans, lorries, motorbike, and also government vehicles is not included. So you can see right here we can have different kinds of things. How about police car? How about the ambulance? How about the government vehicles? Okay, so it is not going to have a lot of information on this. Okay, and then how about entire? Okay, which is not very, the classification is not quite good. Okay, 呢個有少少拗教咁，所以我唔問㗎啦。Okay, but for here, okay, this one I think is a bit abstract, so that I don't think so. We will having this. Okay. And for last few, okay, it's also a very good information for your for how you have to make the fieldwork better. Okay, first of all, the traffic flow will be not enough. One size was not enough to represent the general traffic flow between Kowloon and Eastern New Territories in Sha Tin. Maybe we can collect more points, just like Mr. Leung. Although Mr. Leung have collect 3 points, but it's not enough because it's from the 3 video. Maybe you can have a conclusion that Hong Kong is not very having a high traffic, but think about what is happening in the usual time. Okay, in the previous time without COVID 2019. Okay, there's a lot of traffic, as I said before, right? So we should better conduct a same field study in different places and also different times. Okay, just 4 time interval was not even that long. Even that long, 15 minutes it's also talking about it's not representative. So accordingly, we can collect data at other times interval. Okay, next last one Okay, 新蒲崗快落嚟，我成日想講新蒲崗，咁原來最尾先係新蒲崗。Okay, this one, as I've said before, I have told you this. Okay, it is more or less the same the same things that I'm always playing in the online lesson. Okay, which is talking about your 3 meter. Okay, just like this, and then right now Mr. Leung is talking, Mr. Leung is shouting, so on and so forth. Okay, so you can see using the 3 meter, we can just use it in the industrial area, so that we can find out the noise meter along the industrial area. Okay, a little bit noisy when Mr. Leung talking, so sad. Okay, but anyway, so you can see there are 2 routes. Okay, and route A is talking about right here, more or less like this. Okay, and then route B more or less like this. So you can see there are different preference for route A and route B. Okay, the preference you should know it, and then but first of all, before we talking about route A and route B, let's start with the sketch map. What is sketch map? This one is exactly the sketch map already. Okay, do you have in your VA lesson you should have a sketchbook, right? Okay, so what's sketch map? Okay, we are trying to simplify the information in the map and draw a more simpler map. Okay, without those contour line, without those distribution of power line, we are just going to show the land use, and then it will be a kind of sketch map already, simplified map. Okay, so what are the advantage and the disadvantage of drawing sketch map? Okay, which is advantage, which is about we can show the spatial distribution property, complicated land use can be found, and then also easy to select different land use. Okay, how about the disadvantage? Long time 好嘥時間啊 okay, because you need to draw it instead of just like previously in your map reading or in your map reading question, you need to draw the cross section, so on and so forth. So accordingly, we need to have a lot of time to be paid on drawing the map, and also since it's simplified, so the disadvantage will be simplified too. But you cannot say, oh, it is simplified. Be more specified on some of the important information will be neglected. As I said before, Power 9 is not included here. But how about the industrial land use? Is it important? Yeah, I think so. If you are talking about Power 9, I think it's important for your industrial land use. So accordingly, it is talking about how your features is how the sketch map is too simple sometimes. Okay, the number and then also the research target may not be clearly shown. Okay. Oh, sorry for the B part. B part is I give some more information. Okay. Explain the reason for choosing A instead of route B for data collection in this field study. Okay, and then we can find out that it is representing different groups of people, maybe different land use. Okay. Okay, and then different land use. Okay, for A, we are passing through different land use. For B, most of them are just showing the same. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them out of 10 is showing the same land use. So it's a bit too concentrated in specific area, which is not related to the industrial area. Also, 我要睇咩啊？我要睇工業啊嘛，我要睇工業嘅生 level 啊嘛，我走去公園度度咩啊？度啲雀仔叫聲啊 ，OK？ If we are going to measure the sound level in the recreational land use for the industrial land use, what are the purpose? I don't get it. Okay, so would B is a bit off topic. Okay, off side topic 啊，大佬。Okay. If we are really going to do, we have to really find out more information that is along the industrial land use, right? Okay, we have to find out more about industrial land use. Okay, so accordingly, it will be more meaningful for A. Okay, for route A. Okay, route A is meaningful. Okay, and then route B. It is over represented for the residential recreational land use 嗰啲公園實在太多啦 ，OK。The land use is the recreational land use is too much. Okay, if we are not going to talk about this and if we are not going to talk about the things in the residential land use and more things in the industrial land use can be represented, it will be better. Okay, so last one, other than the data shown in table 1C, suggest other data or information necessary to improve the reality and also reliability on the study of the industrial pollution in this district. Explain your answer. So accordingly, what can we do to enrich our fieldwork? So maybe we can find out the number of industrial building and which can be done by map and also photo. Volume of traffic flow, just like the Mr. Leung, what Mr. Leung are doing, okay? Although like a silly guy, but you know what I'm doing right now, okay? Availability of greening area for buffering, okay? Also about the map lah, also about the photo lah, and then for here, land use plan can help to find out this, the height of building and also the density of the buildings, okay? Availability of construction sites, okay? To see whether there are some sound emission sources that links to the industrial area, and then noise barrier measures, which like there are always some cover, some cloth 嗰啲黑色嗰啲布咧 which is written as a noise barrier that in the construction sites, okay? Because if they are just being hang on to remind you, oh, the construction company have done something to reduce the noise, okay? But it actually doing something, okay? So accordingly, the distribution of noise barrier measures may help to reduce the noise. So it can also to see whether it is available or not, okay? The noise is well protected, reduced, or well emitted, okay? And then data collection method and source of data. Maybe we can ask just like this, okay? Then I take maximum point. Is it going to a very average and objective result? I don't think so, okay? So you can see Mr. Leung, when Mr. Leung talking is very noisy, and when I'm not talking, oh, my home is very quiet indeed, okay? Because Mr. Leung living in the village house and I'm taking it in my home. So accordingly, we have to find out, we'll better find out the average instead of the maximum, because if we are going to check out the maximum and then, oh, Mr. Leung talking is very noisy all the way, okay? But sometimes Mr. Leung can talk gently. You can see right now Mr. Leung is talking gently, okay? So it is talking about how to make the data validate, okay? If we are just going to pick the sound in during the construction period, okay, then it must be very noisy. But how about at night? At night there may be no construction at all, and then it will quite quiet. In the industrial area, it's actually the case, okay? You cannot find a lot of noise during the night, okay? And then increase the number of sample size. Wow, very familiar, okay? Isn't it? Question survey and street interview about the noise pollution, okay? Be more specified. Don't just write, we can do the questionnaire survey about what. You have to tell me about what, okay? Some illustration will be fine, okay? But try your very best not to make it irrelevant, okay? Take photo and recording the supplementary as a supplementary evidence, as I said before, websites and also government data, which include the EPD data, and then survey and the article conducted by the university. So accordingly, after going through these three questions, I think you would have a better idea about what is FBQ about, but you may still need to ask, oh, Mr. Leung, how can I make a better result in the FBQ? First of all, bear in mind this page, which is in your page 11. Different kinds of method to increase your accuracy and reliability. Okay? 其實好多嘢呢度已經講晒 collect more samples and enlarge the study area so on and so forth. Okay? I'm not going to go through one by one right now because if not, I'm going to make another 1 hour YouTube already, and then you are not going to watch it. Okay? So this point is important, page 11. And then on top of page 11, I think those kind of measurement, the measuring things, the measuring instrument for the field-based question is also at least you have to know what are the function of this kind of things。OK 你起碼要知道呢啲嘢攞嚟做咩㗎啦，唔好走去同我講話個 noise meter 攞嚟查呢個酒精攞嚟 check 下啲駕駛者嗰啲酒精含量啊，鐘嚟嘅，我真係見過有人咁寫過喎，嗰下我真係激到上天台啊大佬。OK don't tell me there's a very funny answer for some student, okay? Not in NPL, in my previous school. It is talking about, the noise meter is can use this to check the alcohol level, the blood alcohol level of the driver. Come on, okay? This is really make my days, okay? Don't try to make my days that's funny, okay? I beg you, okay? Page 3 and also page 4 is also important. As I have said before, what we are going to find out the different kinds of data, and then it is going to give you a very detailed explanation for this. Okay, so bear in mind page 3, page 4, and page 11, all the things you need for the fieldwork base. Don't afraid of the fieldwork base. Okay, last year Form 3 students can do it. Even I'm just going to do 1 time only. So this year I'm going to do 2 times. So it is for your own good, trying to make you have a higher marks. Okay, so that's it for today. Bye bye.